Ooh, this recording. All right. Well, I would like to welcome everybody to today's Chamber 2 Community Back to Business NWA series. I'm Steve Cox with the Rogersville Area Chamber of Commerce, and this is our Chamber 2 Community, or C2C, Back to Business NWA webinar series. Over the next few weeks, we are going to be putting out multiple webinars every week, focusing on topics of how to get your business ready as we get back to business across all of Northwest Arkansas. We'd like to thank our overall C2C sponsor, which is Cox Communications. And we thank them for their support and their continuing support of the Chamber of Commerce, allowing us to continue to do our business every day and be able to do things like this to help our members and help businesses and employees here within Northwest Arkansas. So today we're going to be talking about marketing solutions with the Chamber, free marketing solutions, affordable marketing solutions. We have a great team here with almost 50 combined years of experience with our marketing and communications team. We have Brad Phillips, who is our Senior Vice President of Communications and Marketing. We have Nicholas Smith, who is our, what is your Creative Services Manager, Director, and then Justin Freeman, who handles all of the Chamber's social media and content and marketing for that. So I'm going to turn it over to our marketing and communications team to take care of this next webinar that we have going on. If you have questions, please send them in the chat directly to me. We will have time for Q&A at the end. So please just send that to me. That way we're not blowing up group chat and people think that Zoom is flashing at them the whole time while they're trying to pay attention. So I'm going to turn it over to Brad, Nick, and Justin. Here you go, guys.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to welcome everybody to today's webinar, where we explore through the Chamber the opportunities to help you as we come upon this recovery period to assess where you are with marketing, where you're moving forward, how to promote yourself, and most importantly, how to utilize what we offer here at the Rogers Lowell Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Brad Phillips. I lead up our marketing and communications effort, working closely with Nick and Justin to help our members be successful. And you know, it reminds me of something I used to teach back in a class to franchisees at Fast Signs. We would have them in and kick them off with a local store marketing plan. And I'm going to take off the shelf a few concepts to start us out here on marketing framework and strategy. Some simple things to help you understand better why you do what you do in marketing and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it better. So I think the first thing I propose is to look at sales. Essentially, there are only 3 ways to build sales. Think about that for a minute. 3 ways. 1, you can get new customers. 2, you can get more from your existing customers. And 3, you can raise prices very carefully, but that is a third option. The Chamber has many programs to help you reach out to new customers and even to get more from your existing customers through a couple of the tools that we have today that we'll show you. Secondly, when it comes to marketing strategy, it's really not that complicated. There's really 3 layers that you need to think about as you put together your activities. Nothing's more important than activities that focus on who you are and getting people aware of you. Especially, that difference can be noted in the business to consumer versus business to business environment. In the business to consumer environment, awareness is very important. You have lots of competition, but never is it more important than in a business to business environment. You can't give someone a coupon and make them need your service or product in the B2B environment. You have to have awareness so when they have a need, they think of you. And our activities here at the Chamber are part of your overall plan that can help that happen. Secondly, after you've built awareness, you need to give some incentive to visit your business. Both B2C and B2B deploy this strategy of trial, where you get an incentive out there, you offer sampling of your product or services, and you also, more in the B2C arena, do couponing. And then the third one that a lot of people recognize but don't really participate that well, there's some very good examples of it being done well out there. The third is frequency. Once you build awareness, once you give them a trial incentive, you have to get them in and then provide them reasons to come back. What you see today are frequency cards, bounce back coupons. There's a plethora of options for building frequency with your customers. So are you doing things to get new customers? Are you doing things to get more from your existing customers? Are you forced to raise prices? And if so, always think price value. But those are your 3 ways to focus on sales building. Then look at yourself and ask yourself, am I doing things every day to get people in the community aware of my business and what I offer? Am I doing something every day to get people to come try me? And once I get them in, what am I doing to get them back? So that's your basic framework, simple as can be stated. And we build on that with all of the choices we make available here at the Chamber. And with that, I'd like to segue in to exactly how we help you promote here at the Chamber. And Justin's going to lead us through that conversation. Justin?
Thank you, Brad. Well, thank you everyone for listening in. I'm Justin Freeman, Marketing and Communications Specialist. I just wanted to talk about a few ways that the Chamber can help you market your business and some free opportunities that we offer. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. Here's our Promote Your Business webpage on our website. If you go to Member Services, Grow Your Business, you can find that here. We offer several print publications. Our Good Life Destination Guide is our award-winning annual relocation publication that we come out with every year. It has a list of local businesses and tourism information and everything you need to know a little bit about the area. This is our Chamber Voice of Business newsletter. It's monthly and has more local information, news, current events about our members. One good opportunity that we offer is social media postings for our members. We have a really robust following on all of our social media properties. As you can see here is our Facebook page. We offer postings as a membership benefit to all of our members. We include some photos. This is one of our social media campaigns we are currently doing called We Mean Business, where we're doing some outreach into our member businesses and posting about them, what they're doing, and how they're handling the current situation. So I would encourage anyone to contact one of us if they want just a complimentary posting on social media. That's something that's easy to do for us. Another thing we offer is a guest blog post. So I'll go over here to our blog, if I can get there. It's easy to do a guest blog post. It's a simple way to kind of share your expertise on a particular subject here. Where is the blog? There it is. So you can see these are some recent posts that we've done on the blog. It's an opportunity to share educational information to our members and anything you may want to submit there. Another opportunity is ribbon cuttings. We aren't currently doing ribbon cuttings because of the current situation, but later when we are doing them, you can set up a ribbon cutting for your business where we come and take a photo, do Facebook Live, and just talk a little bit more about your business. It's good for if you're having like a anniversary, reopening, renovation, anything like that, we can go and promote your business that way. And the last thing I want to cover is e-coupons. Member e-coupons, you can submit these through our website and offer any discounts or special offers that you have going on right now. And members can come to this page and see them and use them for your business. And it's a good way to get your business out there, get people to be more likely to use your business. And we can also promote these on social media for you. So that's a good way to get your additional exposure for your business. So these are just a few opportunities we have that are free. We also offer several paid opportunities, but that's it in a nutshell. So I'll turn it back over to Brad.
Thank you, Justin. You can see there's a lot of different choices for what I was referring to earlier, this framework. We have ads that you can do to promote your brand in the e-news, the website, that helps with awareness building. We have networking events that we are doing virtually now and eventually will reopen that help you expand your contacts, do lead generation. It also helps build awareness. So something like networking accomplishes that. We have trial incentive help The e-coupons are an outstanding opportunity. Members love to put their offers up there, have their customers come in with their phones and show them the coupon. It's an excellent way to put a deal out there and encourage someone to come see you. I think one thing that you want to do with us is make sure that your social media is linked in with ours. When you have a post to do that's important news, we can put it on your member news on the website. It's a highly visited section of our website. People come to find out what's happening with other members and also chamber news. We have an opportunity to do the blog post that Justin pointed out that will help you. But our social media, the audience is built, and it's a great opportunity for you when you have an important post to let us know so we can share it for you. And you can leverage that big audience the Chamber has put together over the years. So I think those are a really good review, Justin, of all the free things they can do. Do we have more we want to talk about? If those who need it want to go above and beyond the free member benefits and purchase things like ads, social media?
Yeah, we can. We also offer several paid avenues. We offer a premium social media marketing package. It's $200 per month. It includes one member news posting on our website, one blog posting on our blog, and then 4 weeks or a month of posting on all of our social media channels. It's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn with aggressive promotional reach and promotion on all of our social media. We also offer banner ads in our e-news and on our website, and with a hyperlink click-through to a website of your choice. That goes in our Monday and Thursday e-news to more than our 2,000 of our members. So it gets really good reach, and that's a good popular avenue that members like to take advantage of.
And also on our team, Nick Smith, who is our Director of Creative, he is an expert at visual design. He knows a lot about website design and developing websites. That's one need our members often have, and he's there to help consult and provide ideas. He's also even helped members with some creative needs they've had in the past. Sometimes we do those as part of an ad buy. Sometimes we can do it on a fee base. But Nick, you want to explain a little bit more about some of the help you've given our members and some of the things you're there to help them to do?
Sure, I can do that. The biggest stuff that we often get folks asking about are ad buys as well as website consultation. Oftentimes it's just a matter of folks coming to us asking how things look and for a strategy on how to move forward. So you are looking at doing advertising, you know where you want to start your advertising dollars, but you don't know where you want to push the design, you don't know what all to include. And especially if you're a small business owner or a new business owner, these things can be daunting or confusing because you've never had to do them before. So something that we like doing is just saying, utilize us as a resource. Again, to reiterate what Steve said at the start of this, we have many years of experience and it covers many gamuts of industry, from nonprofit to agency to even Fortune 500 company marketing and advertising. So we've got lots of experience in terms of where advertising dollars should be spent, what avenues you should be going towards, and the best ways to reach out to an audience. Anytime you have anything that's going to be pushed to an audience, you want to know what audience you're going to be getting, what audience you want to get, and how to build a larger purchase base for your company and your product. So these are all things that we can help you walk through as you start developing advertising. So I definitely encourage you to reach out to us if it's just, even if it's just a quick question to see where you think we can help you out with in terms of pointing you and getting you rolling towards increasing your revenues with advertising and marketing. We love to help out. We love to hear from member businesses on that. So.
Okay, thank you, Nick. And also, I know this has been a lot to go through today, all of the free stuff from your chamber to help you market, the paid options. You're always welcome to call myself, Brad Phillips, Justin Freeman, or Nick Smith in the Marcom team here at the chamber. We care about your success. We know what you're going through. We can leverage ideas that other members are doing to share with you. If you need that help, one-on-one or to visit with us as a team, we're there for you. So give us a call. It's 479-636-1240, and we'll set some time and look at what you're doing and try to help you incorporate what we do here at the Chamber to help you. With that, Steve, I guess I want to come back to you. If there are any questions or any specific needs that a member would like to ask right now, we're here and available to have a panel.
I think one of the questions that I have would be, what sort of outreach or numbers can people see in terms of the type of reach? You know, it was said that we had a very robust social media presence. Like, what are some of the impressions that we get, and how can the Chamber help increase those impressions for a business that is utilizing our services?
That's a good question, and we do keep an eye on what our total social media audience is. And that audience, when you total up Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, is approaching over 20,000. I don't know the current number, but last we looked, it was an audience of over 20,000 people. Not a bad way to take your post and get some organic reach out of it through our Chamber channel. But that's the big number. That excludes Visit Rogers. They have their own entities for social media, but the Chamber does deliver 20,000 plus audience. And some recent results, the second part of your question, the We Mean Business campaign that was conceived to help our members tell their stories about their creative entrepreneurism they're going through right now with innovative ideas like curbside service and other things we've seen. The thing that we're doing right now is helping those members tell people how to do business with them. That's a huge value our members have found. We've posted, I think last count, over 70 businesses have been featured, and we're approaching 100,000 people reached, which is a lot of impressions for a non-paid organic campaign. So if you have not, as a member, been featured as part of our We Mean Business campaign, that's an immediate opportunity you can reach out to us for, and we can help you tell your story to our audience on how to do business with you. We're extending that campaign with a new message here as we move into reopening, and that new message is getting back to business in Northwest Arkansas. So how are you getting back to business, and how can we help tell that story next?
Another question would be, how much of a savings would this be? Like, if someone was going to go to an ad agency or put out their own marketing campaign and not utilizing the free services that come with a membership, what sort of cost savings are our members seeing by utilizing the free promotions that we have organically?
Yeah, that's a good question. And, you know, it's a very tough question to answer. There's a lot of assumptions on that. How big is the audience that the publication is? How qualified is that audience? Are they the real buyers? But when you look at relative performance value in print or other media buys, we easily, with a post reaching a couple of thousand people, you could easily value that anywhere between $500 and $1,000 conservatively.
And that doesn't, just to piggyback on top of that, Brad, that also doesn't even get into organic growth of their personal properties as well. So if we're pushing out a story for a business, say on Facebook or another avenue like that, we always link back to that business. So on top of getting those eyeballs on the post and on that story that they've shared with us and that we've shared with our people, they also tend to get, and I have no numbers that I can push on that, but again, they tend to get an increase in new users on their social media properties as well whenever they share a story with us and allow us to help grow that organically.
Yes.
Okay. If someone just doesn't have any idea of where to even begin to help promoting this, who would be the best person to call here at the Chamber, just in terms of how do I start an advertising? How do I create a graphic? I mean, what are we able to offer that advice and guidance as well?
Yes, we are. We do have over 2,000 members. If all of you call us at once, we're going to have to divide and conquer here. But I would say a good starting point would be Justin Freeman. He's well aware of all the tools we have, paid and unpaid, part of the membership value you get. He could do a nice quick marketing communications audit, figure out where you are, where you want to be, and then realistically tell you what we can do, and then maybe provide you some ideas on other things you could do. Just a quick phone call, quick consultation, that would do it to Justin.
Okay, I guess another question would be just in terms of how quickly can you expect to see results? I know some people, you know, they will want to just do an ad and then expect the cash registers to just, you know, stuff be flying off the shelf the next day. Typical time frame, how long does it take to see, you know, good, solid, measurable results utilizing a marketing campaign?
Yes, and patience and realism are two things when you're dealing with spending money for your advertising, I realize. But it gets back to what I was talking about earlier. If you wake up every day and ask yourself the three questions I presented earlier: one, what am I doing today to build awareness? Two, what am I doing to get people to try me? And three, what am I doing to get them to come back more often? That needs to be a daily focus, daily questions you ask yourself and challenge what you're doing with your marketing and your spending. But to answer your question, the great thing about social media, you put a post up and you can start seeing some pretty immediate responses and getting some new customers and getting some new followers and likes. But it's not that, it's a balance of activities that you need to really focus on. The more a customer is aware of you, the more likely they are to trust you and more likely they are to try you. And if you deliver on price and service, price value, you're going to get them back. So we are just one component of many that you should be layering in activities for marketing to get results.
Okay. Nick, could you walk us through maybe what the steps would be if someone has an ad that they want to place or a graphic that they've created and it just maybe doesn't quite match the specifications that we need? I mean, what's the process like if somebody has something, sends it to you and changes need to be made, or even if everything's good, just what does that look like from the graphic side of it?
From graphics, it depends on a few different factors. If they're advertising with us, we have several different avenues that they can go down, several different types of media that we can share. And those range from, you know, small banner ads that we put in e-news, which are typically just small JPEG files, all the way up to, you know, full PDF flyers and things of that nature that we've pushed out in mailers and that we can publish to social media as well. But typically what the process is once they go through the endeavor of starting an advertising contract, filling out an advertising contract, whether with us or anyone in general, what you're going to want to do is take a look at the specifications for the ad and make sure that you get them produced to that specification. A lot of times folks will get an ad produced and then want to reuse that ad continuously moving forward. The thing that I try to tell folks is anytime you get an ad produced by anyone, make sure when you've paid for everything and you've got that taken care of, you get both the final file, whether it's a JPEG or a PDF or whatnot, but also see if you can get an artwork file for that. Usually those range anywhere from things called Illustrator files, .ai files, vector files, which are usually EPS or SVG, things of that nature, Photoshop files, which are PSD. These are all, you know, fancy file names, but essentially you want to try and get those art files with you. And then if they reach out to us and they want to do advertising, it makes it much, much easier if we say, well, unfortunately, that ad is not in the proper specs. You can actually send us that art file, and usually we can resize it, or anyone else, newspapers, magazines, they'll usually be able to resize things like that pretty easily if you have the art file. So I always encourage you, one, to ask for those art files if you're getting an ad done. And then if you're reaching out to us to have us produce it or anything like that, the biggest key things you're going to want are, one, you're going to need your identifying brand or marker. So your logo, something that identifies you as who you are as your business. And two, you're going to need the information you want in the ad. So usually that involves a key headline message, any extra content to supplement that message, and then a call to action. Those are the three main points you want to put into your ad because you want to not only get their attention, but you also want them to follow through on something, whether that's visiting your website or checking out a sale that you've got going on or a product. So that's what that call to action is. And hit those main points, those 3 points: headline point, supplemental information, call to action. And you send that stuff to whoever you're going to have produce the ad and create it in the specs, the specifications that are needed. And then again, if you're having anyone produce it, even if it's us producing it, we want to make sure that you get those art files just so you can have those on file anytime you need a new ad done. That gives a good baseline for anyone else who's going to start building from there.
All right. Thank you very much. Justin, you talked about the blog a little bit earlier today in the session, and what would the process look like for someone that wants to be a guest contributor for the blog?
Yeah, it'd be easy just to email me with a subject you would like to cover, and we have some guidelines that we like to put on the blog. Like, we don't want to overly, advertise. We like it to be educational and informative. But we do give a byline to the guest blog host and guest blog contributor. So, if you have an area of expertise that you feel like you're knowledgeable in and that would go well to share with our members, then just reach out to me. It's justin@rogerslowell.com, and we'd be happy to feature you on our blog.
All right, and I guess this could be for any of you. As video becomes more and more prevalent, cameras on iPhones and smartphones are just getting better and better. How essential is it to integrate video into a marketing strategy, and can the Chamber help with that?
You guys want me to take that, or?
Yeah, Nick.
Is it absolutely essential to have video? No. I mean, anyone who's just starting out, you can start out with a baseline of just a simple JPEG graphic or ad, or even just if you're just doing social media, photography is great. Just photographing the interactions that you have with customers or some of the products that you've got. And iPhone photography is perfect for stuff like that. I would go ahead and maybe study up a little bit on photo composition, because you don't want to have bad photos as you're doing that. But that's a good starting point. In terms of video, I will say that anytime you have video, especially when it comes to social media postings, you're going to get more traction, especially in today's market. And with the algorithms that are out there, video just goes to more eyeballs than a generic text post or an image post. But that video does not necessarily have to be something that is highly produced. And indeed, when it comes to small business advertising, it can sometimes just be good to have something that shows you trying to engage with your audience. If you get frequently asked questions, if you get people who are trying to touch base with you and have things that are common occurrences when they're interacting with you, creating a short video of yourself with an iPhone or something of that nature to engage with those kinds of questions are a great way to push more people to your business. And if you can utilize that, just following a few basic principle setups are always good to go with. I would encourage you to maybe take up one of the webinars that are being pushed out actually about this very subject. But I would say one of the main starting points are knowing your audience and knowing the aspect ratios people are going to be looking at in terms of what media you're using. If you're using a phone, if you're using an iPhone or something like that, try and have someone film you so you can use these cameras on the back of the phone. The selfie cam sometimes, especially with older model phones, can be a little grainy and not work as well. And also another key thing we try to tell folks is anytime you're going to take video, make sure you keep the phone turned the same direction for the entirety of the video. Basic principle, but it's something that you want to make sure you get done whenever you're taking video. You don't want to flip the phone like that because you're going to mess up how the video is taken. And I always try this is more of a personal preference for me, but I do feel like you get more eyeballs and more people are able to look at it if you do keep the horizontal engagement with your phone. If you keep it long ways like this as opposed to up and down, it just helps when you go to full screen and things like that to get a more immersive video as people are checking things out. As you dive deeper into video, of course, if you can add graphics or supers, if you can add your logo to the front or back of a video or anything like that, small touches like that that you can find software online to work with you. A couple of free ones that come to mind would be Canva or Adobe Spark. Definitely take a look at those and see if you can teach yourself a few things, because those subtle touches will also help enmesh and cement your brand in the minds of people who view it.
Brad or Justin, do you have anything to add on that?
No, I think the power of video is alive and well. We see that with our posts that we do for the Chamber, even on behalf of members on the Chamber's platforms. So yes, we do see better results when there is a video, but just having a video, I caution you, don't just stick a video up there. It's got to have some angle to it, some interest to it. Be something you would like to invest your time to watch, whether that's entertaining or informational. It's got to accomplish something and not just be cute.
Now, as YouTube becomes more and more prevalent and businesses are starting to utilize that, is that something that, you know, our members could take advantage of in terms of creating the YouTube channel to help promote their business with, you know, short little videos?
For sure, yeah. You know, YouTube seems like it's been around forever, but it keeps growing with business purposes. We actually just created a YouTube channel, I think, last year, and we're building on that with more and more video content. I think YouTube is a good channel to use, like if you are linking to something or sending an email out, quickly embedding it into the email. For social media purposes, I prefer to upload videos straight to the platform, if it's Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. But it's definitely another option if you want to put it on YouTube and link to it from other areas. We like doing that. We have in our e-news, we link a lot of YouTube videos to that, and we try to upload new videos to YouTube at least once a month to try to grow that channel. So it definitely can be a useful tool, but I wouldn't rely on it if you're just trying to get promotion through social media completely.
Now, is it worth it to, you know, with all the different media outlets that are out there, social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, is it worth it to have, do you need to have a different strategy for each one, or can there be like an overarching strategy? Like, does an Instagram ad need to be different than a Facebook ad?
I would say Instagram needs to be a lot more visual, since they're basically pictures and video only. People scrolling through Instagram, you know, aren't going to necessarily click on something if it's like black and white, as opposed to really bright, vibrant colors. LinkedIn, I'd say, could go either way. LinkedIn used to be more towards working in corporate environment, but here lately it's gotten a little more on the Facebook side. And so it's grown a lot over these last 5 years or so. Twitter, of course, you have the character limit, so you want to keep it short. But what I do sometimes with Chamber posts is I'll make a post on Facebook and then shorten it and put it on Twitter and then link to the Facebook post from Twitter. So you can kind of work through them all a little bit, kind of like that. But, you know, just kind of whatever you want to make it, depends what your business is. But I would say just be creative, experiment a little bit, and see what works for you.
To piggyback off of that real quick, Steve, I would also add, when it comes to starting out, looking at this kind of stuff, I would look at ads that you have engaged with too for ideas. So especially if you're looking to advertise on one of those avenues Justin just mentioned, Instagram, LinkedIn, or otherwise, think back to ads, or even go find ads that you have found engaging and see what made you engage with that ad, and use that as a good starting point for your own business, whether it be focusing on a product or focusing on personal engagement. That's a really good launching point to, if you're having trouble figuring out where to make that launching point for yourself.
Okay. So, Justin, you kind of hinted at that for a second, but kind of cross-promoting across the platforms, like sharing a Facebook post on Twitter and things like that. Is that a good, effective way that businesses can help promote their stuff by sharing it across multiple platforms?
It has been for us, just because, you know, you never know when someone might be looking at your Twitter, but not your Facebook at the same time. And so it helps get all of your content spread across your platforms evenly and get more eyeballs on them, especially if it's something you're really wanting to push out there. Instead of, if you just post something on Facebook at one time and then Twitter on another time, you may completely miss the audience that you're looking for. So that's something personally I like doing, is to be consistent across platforms for us.
All right. Well, do you guys have any final thoughts here before we wrap up? We're a little bit ahead of schedule, which is good. Let people get back to work and doing things, which is kind of the point of the series, is getting back to work. But any final thoughts or comments from you guys?
Well, I would just like to thank you for taking time to have a talk with us today about how we can help you through the Chamber to do your marketing and promotion. And we really want you to know that we truly mean business. How can we help you? And we can only know that if you reach out to us and let us be there for you. So thanks again for the time today. We look forward to hearing from many of you. And until next time.
Yeah, I would just add to that real quick. I know a lot of small business owners, they may not necessarily have time to focus on the marketing a lot. They're more worried about their bottom line, from my experience. And, even something like social media, like planning out posts at the beginning of the week for the rest of the week can take up to an hour. And that's a pretty big time commitment for someone, who's worried about running a business. And so I would say just, shooting an email to us, letting us know what you would like to promote might be a lot easier, save you some time, and it would increase your reach possibly. So I would definitely take advantage of your Chamber membership and use us as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, very much for taking the time to be here on today's webinar. Again, this is part of the Chamber to Community C2C Back to Business NWA series. This was the inaugural event of that. We will be doing this over the next several weeks. The next opportunity for a Back to Business NWA series event is going to be this Thursday, May 14th from 2:30 to 3:30, and it is leveraging freelancing for small business growth. So would encourage you to participate in on that if you get the opportunity to. Want to thank our sponsor of Cox Communications for sponsoring all of our overall C2C programming. And we look forward to getting through and getting back to business here in Northwest Arkansas and getting back to be able to do C2Cs in person as opposed to virtually using Zoom. So we have recorded this session for today. So we will be pushing that out through our Chamber marketing channels as well. So if you do see that, feel free to share that and pass that along to any businesses or anyone that you feel could benefit from the information shared today. So again, thank you guys, and thank you for joining us today on the C2C Chamber to Community Back to Business NWA series, Affordable Marketing Solutions from the Chamber. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for having us.